Hi.
Hi.
Got my little thing. Let me set that down.
So I loved the movie.
Thank you.
Great. One of my favourite things about it was the way that the two storylines were weaved in together. What was your first reaction when you saw the script to that?
That was one of the things I loved as well, is how he was taking us in and out of like past and present and the story and the reality. And it seemed sort of impossible to do seamlessly. And so, of course, I wanted to figure out how Tom intended to do it, and he had such a wonderful presentation and such wonderful ideas about sound and light and emotion kind of carrying us through, and so that was like, let's do this. It sounded great.
And what was your favourite thing about working with Tom Ford?
You know, it was that he allowed scenes to play out. Like, even if he saw them kind of going in a way he hadn't envisioned, he allowed them to sort of take a journey in that direction, to sort of see what would come of it. And especially just, I do a lot of reading and a lot of time by myself, so he allowed for me to just read on screen, which we don't see very often in like long takes, you know. Yeah.
And you've obviously got 2 huge films out this year, Arrival and Nocturnal Animals. Are you excited about award season?
I mean, in the sense that I love that I'm in films that are in the conversation is wonderful. You know, there's so many films that are worthy that don't sort of get talked about, and so it's really nice that the films are getting talked about, and I'm really so proud of both films and really enjoyed the experience of making them. So it's a joy to get to talk about it in that way, and that people are talking about it. So if it brings attention to the films, I'm all for it.
And your character, Susan, in the movie, she talks a lot about being a realist as opposed to Edward, who's a dreamer.
Yeah.
In your opinion, what do you think it's more...
I'm like...
Yeah?
Yeah, sorry, I'll let you finish. I'm like, not real. We're not even going to go into the dreamer category. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I was just going to ask, what's your favourite... I mean, what do you think is more important?
I think both are valid. I think we need both, you know. I think I might have been a dreamer at some point, but at some point life kind of got a hold of me and I became very pragmatic. I think that's probably why I was so attracted to that quality in my husband, because it's something that I find it's just admirable to be able to kind of have these ideals and yeah. But I'm definitely, I don't say I say I'm pragmatic.
Yeah.
I'm pragmatic.
Yeah. That's good. Yeah. And if you could give one piece of advice to your character in this film, what would it be?
I mean, I can be funny about it and be like, don't wear the dark red lipstick, but I think, I mean, it's funny because we see her when she's younger, and that's probably when I'd want to give her the advice.
Yeah, that's
trust. Yeah, trust your heart. Don't let your head get in the way of your soul. Don't let other people's voices be louder than the voice of your own heart.
Yeah, and in the film as well, she is compared to her mother a lot. And she actually says, like, I'm nothing like my mum.
I know.
And then her mum says, well, you're going to eventually end up like your mum, because
so
we all
good.
do.
Like one of the best lines in cinema this year.
That was my favourite.
I'm going to call it. Is Laura Linney's delivery of that line is like the best line in cinema.
Is that something you agree with?
That we all turn into our mothers?
Yeah.
I don't know if I did. But I don't know if everybody does. But I look at my daughter, and I think that all the time when she's, you know, because she's so striving for her own identity. And she does have such a unique and beautiful identity that's so separate from mine, but she does have some things in common. And I'm just like, I know how this ends. And you want to, like, help her or stop her from making those mistakes, but you're just like, there's no stopping it.
Let it roll, yeah.
There's no stopping it, yeah.
Well, great. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And very well. My coffee is kicked in.
It's kicked in.
I can totally feel it. It's awesome. I like that I'm that sensitive to substances, that it's like coffee is just like, I know, right?
At work anymore.
I know.
Great, rule of speed.